Welcome to the Program of Comprehensive Assistance for Family Caregivers, PCAFC, Review and Appeal Options video series. Today, we will talk about VA Form 10-305, your rights to seek further review of PCAFC decisions. This two-part video series will focus on options available for individuals who disagree with a PCAFC decision and wish to pursue further review or appeal of the decision. In the first part, you will learn about key dates and PCAFC decisions and disagreements. In the second video, you will learn about the options available to you if you disagree with your PCAFC decision. Let's get started. As a veteran or caregiver, you have several options available if you disagree with your PCAFC decision. The options available are dependent on the date when the decision was issued. February 19th, 2019 is an important date to remember. In the following scenario, we will review an interaction between a veteran and his local caregiver support program, CSP, team regarding his desire to appeal his PCAFC decision.
Hello, Elaine. I'm calling because I don't agree with my PCAFC decision, but I'm not sure what to do. Would you be able to help me?
Hi, Steve. I'd be happy to help. What specific questions do you have?
I've heard about some new review and appeal options for PCAFC, but I don't know which one I should choose. Can you provide more information on my options?
Absolutely. There are different types of review or appeal options you may pursue depending on when your PCAFC decision was made. Decisions made before February 19, 2019 were issued under the Legacy Appeals System. Decisions made on or after February 19, 2019 were issued under the Modernized Appeals System implemented by the Appeals Modernization Act, or AMA. Any PCAFC decision may also be reviewed under the VHA clinical review process, also referred to as the VHA clinical appeals process. When you disagree with your decision, you will want to review VA Form 10-305. This form provides information on the review and appeal options available to you if you disagree with your decision. Let's talk about the legacy appeals process first. It looks like you were issued your PCAFC decision on September 4th, 2018. As I mentioned, since the decision was made before February 19th, 2019, your decision falls under the Legacy Appeals System. If you wish to appeal this decision, you will need to submit a Notice of Disagreement, or NOD, VA Form 10-307. This form is where you list the specific decision that you disagree with and the date of the decision. Once VA receives your NOD, the team will review your case. If VA cannot grant the matter in your favor, we will issue what is called a Statement of the Case, or SOC. The SOC explains the PCAFC decision and the reasons the benefits you applied for cannot be granted. Once you receive your SOC, you have a few options if you continue to disagree with the decision. For instance, you can either choose to continue to pursue an appeal to the Board of Veterans' Appeals under the Legacy Appeals process, or opt into the Modern Appeals process, which provides different review options, including a different process for appealing to the board. Just keep in mind that once you opt into the Modern process, you cannot return to the Legacy Appeals process. All PCAFC decisions issued before February 19, 2019 must initially adhere to the Legacy Appeals process. However, after receiving an SOC, the individual can choose to enter the AMA process at that time.
Oh, great. Thank you for helping me to understand the process for appealing my decision from 2018. I also have a claim that I filed last month. Since that PCAFC decision will come after February 19th, 2019, what are the review and appeal options available to me if I disagree with that decision?
I'm glad you asked. Based on the Appeals and Modernization Act, AMA, there are new review and appeals options available. These options include submitting a supplemental claim, requesting a higher level review, or appealing to the Board of Veterans' Appeals. These options are available for PCAFC decisions issued on or after February 19, 2019.
Wow, that is a lot of options.
Yes, there are a lot of options. It is always a great idea to review VA Form 10-305 so you can stay up to date on your options.
Can you tell me what kind of issues I can appeal?
Yes, let's review some disagreement decisions. The following are some examples of types of PCAFC disagreements. These are the same regardless of the date a decision was issued. Application determination. When applying for PCAFC, a veteran may not meet eligibility criteria, or the primary family caregiver applicant may not be designated and approved for participation in the program. Another type of decision could be for revocation or discharge. For instance, if you and your caregiver were determined to be eligible for the program in the past, but were then discharged because your reassessment found that you were no longer in need of personal care services. Stipend amount. You may be approved for PCAFC, but disagree with the stipend assigned. There could also be other reasons you disagree with the PCAFC decisions. You need to list the reason on the form at the time of submission.
Thanks for providing the PCAFC disagreement reasons.
Yes, of course. Before we move on, I would like to share some resources with you. The PCAFC Decisions Options for Further Review and Appeal VA Caregiver Support Program website is where you will find all the forms we have discussed today. Please go to www.caregiver.va.gov.
This video focused on key dates and types of PCAFC decisions with which you may disagree. Next up, you can learn more about the options available to you to appeal your PCAFC decision. Be sure to review Part 2 of this video next. And until then, thank you, veterans, for your service. And for the many caregivers, thank you for all you do in support of your veterans.